So I would challenge our partners, our credit unions, to say, okay, if we were to start this all again, tip this whole medium upside down to say, let's build a platform that matches the needs and the wants of our consumers, but at the same time, breaking down the organizational silos within our credit union and other financial institutions. I think if you start with that clean slate and say, wouldn't it be nice if we could do this? That's a complete difference as opposed to living in, as I say, the legacies of the past, so to speak.
So instead of looking at it as a blank sheet of paper versus, okay, so how do we take these words, these phrases, these images, and rearrange them to make them look different? How do we actually create something brand new?
Yeah. I mean, part of the title obviously is member experience, and I think the word experience or service is completely different than what it was 10 years ago. It was call centers, and it was, it was snail mail, and it was a lot of different things. Now it's instant gratification. And, if you don't get an answer from, for example, Uber in 2 minutes, guess what? You're going to Lyft. So, it truly is about how do you up your game, and how do you, again, figure out how to take control and meet your consumer and members' needs.
Right. And I think that's what our credit unions talk all the time, and actually the entire financial services industry is, how do we create that connection and that speed to market, and that how do we measure it today, right? That's the other, how do you measure that experience?
Yeah, no, I think the only way you can do it is, in some ways, I'm not sure we do want to listen to our members, but they're screaming for it. Honestly, try calling into your own credit union. It is tough to do sometimes. So I think the capabilities are all there, but it's really, I'll give you an example. We see so many products and services that are often managed by committee. This is truly looking at it from that member lens, and in some cases breaking down those organizational silos. They don't care about your marketing department, your finance department, your lending department. They just want a product to work, through any time, any place, anywhere.
Well, it just seems that we've talked so much about technology being the great equalizer for institutions large and small, that it really is becoming that, where the ability and affordability to integrate, but also adapt, is becoming, that really is leveling that playing field to where the experience is that one differentiator, not the feature necessarily on the app, but it's more about that feeling that they're still connected, regardless of how they're accessing you digitally or even interpersonally.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you said it. It is, or it should be, the great equalizer here. That being said, we do see so many credit unions that do not have a unified digital platform. And, you have separate, a partner for online banking and for mobile banking, and it's two different looks and feels. And so, but then there's another challenge with regards to, how do you budget for this? How do you pay for this? How do you pay for the integration? How do you make sure that the third parties that you're integrating into these are going to fit in that seamless and, God forbid, omni-channel way that, is definitely needed, and that, our members, are really demanding.
That's great, James. Well, we're really excited to have you coming and having CU Engage be a part of this inaugural event. So we'll see you next month. And thanks again for all of your support and for taking the time to be with us today.
John, look forward to it. Take care.
All right, thanks, my friend.